Hi friends, I'm the vegan. Lettuce time today. That's one of my favorite foods. I always eat lettuce and salads in every variation. A really big a variety of dressings I have, and people really like my dressings, which among the most, I guess, of cakes maybe and dressings. What I can do best, I guess, what people say. And I always try to make a little bit different. I have some favorites, of course. They're changing through the years, I can notice. And right now, I favor one with apple cider vinegar and macadamia nuts. Could be other nuts too. And here, avocado. Especially the combination of nuts and avocado is so nice, yeah, for dressing, because it's creamy. That's from the avocado. And it's, very nutrient dense from the nuts. They're so healthy. It has to be fat. This is the fatty part of the dressing. Yeah. Usually I have a fatty part. This is one part of the dressings. Although one kind of dressings are a fatty part, like here, nuts and avocado. Here, macadamia nuts, because of the flavor. They have a special flavor, very strong flavor. And the sour part, acidic part. So fatty and acidic parts, that's two parts of the dressings. Usually, there are fruity dressings, different. And now I have just these here. And this is apple cider vinegar. And it's not too much. Maybe, let's say, I would estimate 4 or 5 tablespoons, half an avocado, medium size, and let's say a handful of macadamias. But it doesn't really matter. It is important that you have some nuts or seeds with the avocado. Avocado blended on its own will be not so gentle, so smooth. The texture has to be really creamy, and that's why I combine these two. Avocado is more fat, and nuts have more fiber and firm ingredients. And that together makes it really nice and creamy. So, and pepper and salt, of course, that is a very easy one. You can have other spices here. My salad today is very simple, so I like a simple flavor combination and a well-known one. Pepper and salt is a classic. We all know that. This is Himalayan salt. This is telly cherry pepper, peppercorns, black telly cherry pepper, very great. It's a very delicious pepper, a very round flavor. Composed to very complex flavor to pepper, and pepper is very healthy too. The piperine in the outside of the black pepper is super healthy, especially black pepper, really nice. It can be a little bit problem with the stomach, because when you have too much pepper and the stomach will not like it, it's too hot. But pepper in itself has so many advantages. Well, let's not talk about it. Pepper now, so much is very healthy in small amounts, of course. And it is a perfect spice. So I put for the begin now, the macadamias, the avocado, apple cider vinegar, 3 basic parts, and to refine it with these 3 go to another 3 trinity. So the pepper and salt in it, and I never count the water. It's just everywhere in our system also. So I have the water in there. To make it a nice runny dressing. It needs to be runny today. Yeah. Other days I prefer a very creamy dressing, for like a mayonnaise, more avocado, less nuts, it's fattier, more like a mayonnaise, and that is more for firm salads, yeah, with big pieces and chunks of like corn or avocado or whatever that can do with a firm dressing. So the light creamy dressing is for lettuce, like I do now. Let's see. in such a nice creamy dressing with herbs, fresh herbs like chives, for example. Yeah, that would be perfect in here. Thought about adding chives here today, but I thought, oh no, I have enough. I want a very simple dressing. Salad, mostly lettuce. That's the main part today, and some nice little things around. Oh, this dressing is nice. It's not. I thought it's a little bit runny, but it's perfect. It's a perfect creaminess. I'll show you in a moment. Oh yeah. Oh, the flavor is wonderful. Thinking about maybe put a little bit more salt. Here, my little salt container. Come a little bit, you see. I never put the salt directly into the dressing because then it might happen some accident. Here with the salt on the hand, you have a nice little portion, you know, a little bit more, a little bit less, and then you can put it into the dressing, whatever you put it in. Otherwise, once there's too much salt in it, oh, bad story. But this should be okay. Blend it one more time, and then I guess the little thing is there. It's very special with the salt. Yeah, if you decide to use salt, and many recipes are salt-free, it's also nice. But if you decide that you have made a very specific decision, you have a very certain road flavors you are going. And once you use the salt, you have to take a certain amount. It's not too much and not too little. It's very specific. It has to do with chemical substance, with physical chemical properties of the liquids. How much can be diluted, and how the taste buds can taste it. So in general, a liquid is better to taste because it goes everywhere on the taste buds. So you taste it better. Liquid is good for the flavor. And for the salt, when the salt is too much, you feel it's totally spoiled. It's too little. It doesn't reach its fullest potential of flavor. Salt is not so much a spice for many. It's something that enhances the flavor, the other flavors. Of course, it turns everything into a very special character, so it can also be called a spice, but you know, different ways to look at it. However, the amount of salt is very specific once you use it. I would say it was just the right amount now. Before, it tastes a little bit watery, like it doesn't tell me anything. Of course, it's a great dressing. The ingredients are nice, but you know, the perfection. That is the apple cider vinegar. Yeah, dressing usually has to be for salads more intense than you would like to taste it in the salad, because it dilutes, the flavor gets diluted with the other ingredients of the salad, with the lettuce and the tomato and so on. I'll show you in a moment. So I put it for a side for a moment and bring my ingredients together now. A salad bowl, and here my lettuce. Yeah, bought it today in the health food shop, and they're beautiful. Ooh, I washed it. There are simple leaves now here. I begin from the outside of the lettuce here and tear off the leaves here, and these are the leaves. And I wash them, every single one, so there's a lot of sand usually in the dressing, especially in summertime. In winter not so much, because they have been grown in houses. And here, I wash it, dry it in a spinner, so there's not too much water on top anymore, because then the flavor from the dressing remains more original, and the texture too. And when I have these lettuce, it's so nice, you can use it like just tear from the outside some bite-sized pieces off the lettuce leaves. It's so much fun, yeah, just like this. It's so easy, and they're perfect. They're perfect size. These little bites, and because when you cut the lettuce, you might also give it a texture. It is not really appropriate for the lettuce. You see, it's round and shaky and these kind of things. And here, what I have now, this is the perfect texture of lettuce, right? Isn't it? Isn't that nice? it's a huge amount. It's only 5 or 6 leaves, not much, but you have this kind of volume. Oftentimes people say, oh, lettuce, there's nothing in it, why do you eat it at all? Couldn't be wronger, they couldn't be wronger. A lot of chlorophyll is in there, the green. Inside the green is magnesium. It's very important for our system, for the muscles and everything. And there are a lot of enzymes in salad. Fresh salad should be eaten very fresh, best from the field. We don't get it here. I have a garden a little bit, but not too much. It's only a small herbal garden. But when you get it fresh from the field, it's best. And then the enzymes go back and they reduce. The lettuce is best and it's very fresh. And this one is it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's not from the field like the farmer would have it or so, but it is okay. Now, what can we do in the cities? So I have tomatoes here, second part. These small tomatoes, they have the best flavor and a lot. So pretty okay, the price. And special brands of tomatoes. They are very expensive. Of course, they are best, but who can afford that? This is okay. These little cherry tomatoes, they are totally okay. They have a nice tomato flavor. It's not so easy today always to get a good tomato. Tomato is something you cannot replace in the kitchen with nothing. Tomato is so unique, nothing can replace it. Lettuce, there are different kinds of lettuce and all, but tomato is very unique. And I have a vegetable onion. These large onions, they are not so hot, so they can be eaten like a vegetable. In Germany called vegetable onion, large onion. And I had cut half of these, or a quarter, into ringlets. I like, together with the lettuces especially, I like these onion rings, just from the fresh onion, from the live onion. And I put it on top. And because the rings are a nice texture because they still are whole pieces, large pieces. Here these parts of the segments of the rings. But still they are very thin. So especially the onion that is a little bit hot, when you put dressing on top of it here, you don't have not only the texture, the whole thing of the onion feeling, but you have also the thinness. And that is good for the dressing because the dressing runs around the lettuce, the onions, and washes out the hot parts of the flavor of the chemicals and washes it into the dressing, what changes the flavor of the dressing and makes it even better. So onion is a very, very clever food for salads. You see the dressing, how nice it is, and the perfect texture, nice and creamy, but not too heavy for the tender leaves of the lettuce. Now it's all over the onion, and the onion are soaked now with this wonderful dressing. And now all I have to do, I have to toss it, and then I put a third part on top. And now I will also toss it with the tomatoes, and the tomatoes have a similar effect as with the onions, because also the tomatoes have a lot of water inside, tomato juice, and also just juice gets washed into the dressing, and that makes the dressing again more complex and more delicious. It's wonderful. That's why it's important, the food combination, the ingredients, because they're very specific flavor combinations and they can be very delightful. And very simple. And we look at classical kitchen, the traditional kitchen, where they used all these ingredients. You don't want to, the animals, that's very bad to take that. It's so unhealthy, so we know that now. But we know a lot of things they found out, our ancestors, our parents even, our grandmothers and mothers, and fathers, and friends, and chefs, okay? Good. But they have found a lot of things that are very, very important for a good flavor combinations, like tomatoes and onions and lettuce, the classic. They found out, and it's not by chance that the classic. It's a really amazing flavor, for many reasons. And right now they're beginning to research on the flavors itself, on the nutritional side. They say flavors. We never knew that is even healthy. Flavors are like phytochemicals, like fiber. Every plant has a different flavor, and these flavor compounds have also health benefits. They're just beginning to find out. Isn't that amazing? That's why I'm interested in as a flavor. Especially a chef should be, because in the end, the flavor, the classical chef, they always said it's all about flavor. It has to be delicious. They were right, I say. They were right. But now we know what a good flavor really is. It has to be healthy too, right? It has to be good for everything, not only for my taste buds, also for myself and for the environment, right? Here, my salad. Oops, third part is missing. Here, third part, black olives. How about that? Nice, not too many, very nutrient dense, but it's mainly a lettuce, mainly a green salad. I really want to have a green salad. All the enzymes, the freshness, the chlorophyll, that's what I want now. And some nice spots playing around it to make it nicer. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And yeah, maybe subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. See you soon.